It's the BOYSCAST.
The lads.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.
The bros.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The homies.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Experience
The BOYSCAST.
Dude, it is kind of crazy that like, because with music fame, like even the fact that like, yo, if you walk around, like the big crowd gathers like that.
Literally,
where
we were
it's-
just walking over here.
I know, but there's like huge comedy stars and everyone's like, this is my theory, because like musicians is sort of like larger than life,
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh my. Whereas especially podcasters, you like listen to them at the most. It's like, oh, what's up, bro? Like they're your friend almost.
Yeah, well, because what I love about long form is we get to feel like we know each other.
Yeah.
So like after being a fan for so many years of so many podcasts that you listen to so much, you're like, I fucking know these guys.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I
know.
mean? Like I feel like when I finally got to meet Bert, I felt like I knew Bert.
Totally.
I've listened to. I mean, Bert does so much in it. You know, Bert's just a content fucking shitter.
Yeah.
He just
Machine.
shits content, and I watch it all because we're on the bus high on board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I finally met him, I just felt like I knew everything about him. you know?
I mean, you kind of do. Like, you meet people sometimes, like at these things, and you'll be talking to them, and then you'll say something like, "Oh yeah, I know that."
You know what else I thought about?
yeah,
Like, you know that. I was like, "Oh."
You know what else I thought about just now is that I think one of the big differences too is comedy begins. We begin in small rock clubs, but it's not as intimate as a comedy club.
Not at
like
all.
even if I play a 500 cap rock club, it feels nothing like when I stand on stage at Zany's.
For sure.
with
Well,
a
the
comedian
stage is so
friend.
much higher, right?
Right, the
Always.
stage is higher. You're just kind of built to be the music's over you.
Yeah.
Where it's like the comedy club, like, you know how they pack them motherfuckers in. I mean, that first dude and your knee could touch each other by accident. You know what I mean? Like, you're right.
Oh,
fucking-
at Zany's, yeah, for
So it's
sure.
like,
Like-
you go see a bunch of, you feel more like, oh, I'm really close. You know, I see this dude in a really intimate setting. you
Yeah.
know?
And there's almost like even like a sexiness to it too. Like, you'll hear girls be like the guy, even like just some guy on stage, but it's like in some nobody band and it's kind of like, oh, it's like a big deal. And then they like, oh, it's just a guy after. Whereas comedian, like the whole time it's like, oh, this is just some guy telling me his problems. You know what I mean?
There goes another white man complaining for an hour.
Yeah, dude. Did you go hard last night?
Nah, dude, we took it. You know what? I've had like the most docile. Of course, the crew's just been railing cocaine and drinking as usual.
Have you guys been rocking out?
Oh, rocking out.
goes
I
hard?
can't believe he's here. That's how crazy this is to me. This is a
Well,
big deal.
we have another mic.
He hasn't been up this early.
Yeah.
Dude, he hasn't. Can you have that seat? He hasn't
sure.
been awake this early since I haven't seen him up this early the whole tour.
Really?
So I knew I fucked up when I woke up at 1:45 to a text from Casey that started with "not trying to blow you up, man," and I'm like, "Oh, I fucked up. I didn't set that alarm. I got a thing to do in like 7 minutes."
Dude, I always know with any time you're doing anything with a rapper, you go, this is flexible time frame.
I'm so sorry, dude.
You gotta leave a buffer period for sure.
I've got the sleeping schedule of a crystal meth addict.
Yeah, I mean, you
I
guys have a
sleep
crazy
when I can, and
schedule.
it's normally after 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So,
Dude, I remember,
but I have been partying on the tour. I just haven't been going like nuts.
Not
I think
him.
I'll probably go a little crazy tonight.
Right, nice.
Because we're in Salt Lake City tomorrow. And I think if there was a night you can be shaking a hangover off, it's in Salt Lake City. You know what I'm saying? So,
Did you ever do the thing where you go to sleep for like 3 hours, you wake up, eat breakfast, then you sleep, like where you do that 3 nights in a row where you're like, I slept 3 hours in 3 hours?
Yeah.
That can't be good for you, right?
No, dude, it'll kill you. The reason I took it soft on this tour was we used to do weekend only, kind of like comedians. We'd go out Friday, Saturday, come home Sunday, maybe play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come home
better.
Sunday, So I treat it like a going out of business sale. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how
Everything
much
must go.
blow can we do? How much liquor can we drink in the next 3 days? And then we'd all show up at home to our wives shriveled and hurt. And then we'd sleep for 4 days and feel great and come back out and do it all over again. Like the 5th day of this tour, when we were doing like 7 shows in a row, I was like, I'll die.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm too obese to live this lifestyle every single night.
Yeah, he was saying you guys did what, like 30 shows?
30 and 37.
Yeah, we did like 30 and
wild.
37.
Yeah, that is like day 4. You're like rocking out, and then you realize you're like, how many more days? You're like another month, and you go, I'll probably take it easy a little bit.
I realized that this morning that we're still like 3 weeks away from going home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You got to settle into a groove.
Yeah. It starts to
Find a
feel.
routine.
You know when you really probably end up, you go, this is not good. It's like you started like just buying new clothes clothes on tour instead of doing laundry. and
We
shit.
already do that.
Yeah.
I can't believe y'all don't do that. So it's like we'll get, we'll put it on the rider. Can we get boxers, socks, and t-shirts?
Sure.
And then just leave them boxer socks and t-shirts, right? That fucking, do the heavy laundry, the jacket and the fucking jeans.
Last
you know
time,
what I mean?
Last time I did this festival, so like because you know so many comedy people. Dude, we'll hang out. I'm sure
Is
you
this
know
day
so
3?
many people here.
No, this is
day
day
2.
This is day 2.
Yeah, like everyone.
Y'all are gonna die. How many days y'all here for 3?
It's too much.
Everybody looks
some people-
horrible. You look like absolute
I
shit.
feel
You look
like
horrible.
shit.
Everybody I've walked by today just looked like they were dying.
Dude, we were at the
There are
casino at
fans in there. There's a
4:30.
dude killing it downstairs, getting the no joke, and he's crushing just because they're hurting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just showed up out of sheer love. That poor guy's bombing with the best set ever just because he's got fucking 200 hungover fucks down there
dude.
watching him.
People are emptying the clip day 1 too. We got here and like Calm Tyrell and those guys. Like he goes, we just went to sleep at 7. I showed up at 9. I actually was on tour and I kind of came to this being like, dude, I'm so fucking dead. And then I got off the Uber and I walked in. 3 of my boys are there. All their buttons are undone. They got a beer. They're like, I'm like, let's go. And I got hyped right back into it. Because in my mind, I was kind of like, I don't even know if I have this in me right now to do this fucking festival.
Oh, yeah.
We're going on tour from here too. It's like
I
too
just
much.
hope the camera's showing how bad y'all actually look. It's gonna be so
Dude, yesterday
important.
too, everybody here like is just like, hey, you want mushrooms? Like every person, you can't walk 10 feet. Someone's like, you want mushrooms? You want mushrooms? I'm like, I can't. I'm like, but
Ain't
just
it
everyone's
cool
just doing everything.
that
Like,
people just want to give you drugs on
Oh,
the
yeah.
road?
Mushrooms that's the drug right now.
that is it.
No, we
That's
got
the one that
tons of
everybody
mushrooms.
wants to
We
give
got
away.
some acid.
What's that?
We got some killer acid, like old school acid,
Oh,
like the
people-
shit you used to drop when you was a high schooler.
Yeah.
like real LSD, buddy. We got We got some shit that'll do it to you if you want to go deep. We should all trip acid tonight and go to the Meow Wolf. Ain't it right downstairs?
What's the Meow Wolf?
Oh, you don't
Is
know.
that
It's literally 1 floor
Yeah,
down.
I saw
and
the
it's the
sign.
trippiest shit on earth.
What is
We
it?
gotta trip and go. That's why people are offering you mushrooms here.
Man.
Mushroom Haven is
You
right
know
below
what's the
you.
honest truth is? I honestly think a lot of people are doing mushrooms here on some. You know what? I'm gonna take it easy
Yeah, it's
tonight.
the off
Just
day.
do,
That's
you know
the
what I
off
mean?
day for sure.
That's them like, let me take it easy. Just do a ton of mushrooms all day.
I'm not
long.
doing heroin tonight, so I think I'll
Yeah.
fucking. God.
No, I'm
Taking a day off from
Last year, this festival. It was in Houston, and every person got like sick. Everyone got COVID. I lost my voice to the point
no.
where for 2 weeks I couldn't get it back. Like,
No.
do you have voice problems?
Sometimes.
That's why at your level especially, you go, if I like get sick and lose my voice, that's gonna cost me millions of dollars.
Yeah, no, like it's like my biggest fear in life. I get a little scratch in my throat or something, hock a loogie, and I'm nervous for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
My wife catches me. I'm walking around going,
Yeah.
just trying to find that vocal fry, you know.
I do. I do this.
Yep.
You ever? I used to I would run, and I remember I would do that like in the city, run and like
Yep.
do those vocal exercises, and then I ran by friends once, and they were like, "Yo, are you insane?" It's just a crazy person running around the streets of Toronto, like.
me, just
Yo,
running. Like, fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah, you look like a real crazy person. I went to the casino because I literally went in. I put 200 down on red, lost. Put 200 down on red, won, and then I walked away.
Are y'all? Is this coming out later? Or are we live?
No, we're gonna come out on Friday.
Okay, good. So where y'all staying at?
Golden Nugget.
Dope.
I'm at the Mirage.
Everyone's
Oh,
there.
dope. Cool. I figured there was a spot everybody was, and that's where I'll go gamble tonight.
Yeah, Golden Nugget is where everybody's staying.
Is it by where I'm at? Where am I playing at?
You're playing on Fremont Street. Golden Nugget's right there. Yeah,
That's what I thought. Is
Yeah,
it on
yeah.
the side of Fremont I'm on?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the fact that Vegas, every place has a casino, like even the airport has a casino.
That's the most
for the guy. Yeah,
degenerate-
you're right.
Dude, the degenerate shit is when you land, and then there's slot machines when you like in the like arrivals, and people are just like
Yeah.
getting. You're like, Jesus Christ.
No, that's real.
That's a
that's
problem.
like got Australia playing like probably nobody never been to Vegas before. Let's just gamble.
Yeah, it's like you can't
First time
wait to
gambling or
get to
something.
the casino.
The real
10 minutes
fucking
away.
casino.
It's like-
Go to the MGM. If this blows your mind, you're fucked. You're leaving broke.
Dude, when
You know
I
what I'm saying?
had this
You're
dude
fucking-
on my flight from New York, and he kind of looked like he was like a farmer or something. The way, and like you could tell he'd never been to Vegas, and he landed and he went and he took there's like the Welcome to Las Vegas gift shop,
Yeah.
and he was like literally literally taking all these photos of the gift shop sign.
Oh,
I was
that's
"Dude,
awesome."
If you like the gift shop sign, you are gonna love what you're about to see.
We're fixing to fucking get mine fucked.
Dude, this dude's gonna
This
come
town
back
is gonna
home.
rape you. Wait till you see the girl passing out the card for a hooker. You know what I'm saying? Fucking your shit's gonna go boom.
Apparently, old Vegas is where all the fights happen. That's what everyone's saying, right?
Yeah.
So you know Vegas. I don't know Vegas.
So my wife went to Las Vegas High. So we're like, I lived out here for a while. She was born and raised here, so I know a lot about the city.
And this was before they used to have this.
Like this is like the original Las Vegas. This is the Fremont.
This
Street,
is
right?
this is where I met my wife. I met my wife at a place called it used to be the Las Vegas Country Saloon. It's a bar. If you walk out of here and turn left, bar on the corner of the right there.
But like the strip came after, like this, like when the Vegas first started. This is here, right? Everything
Exactly.
was here, and then they built the strip.
Then they built it out.
yeah,
It's crazy.
The one thing about these festivals that I feel like music has also better than comedy is like, because when you're comedy, most of the time you're with like one boy, two, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas like when you're in a band, you're with the squad, like always, which is. It is like, I think even adults, like that's one of the most things that people like miss in their life as a dude, where you're like, it's very rare where you're like, yo, the whole squad's together for 2 weeks or something like that.
We're a fucking moving frat party.
Oh, yeah,
That's
dude,
what
I was
we're
just-
moving
yeah.
for.
I was just on the bus.
We live in a little submarine together and fucking do drugs and drink all the time and fucking rock shows 5 nights a week. It's really a wild.
It was
fucking
hilarious. I got on
concept.
the bus and Casey's like, "You want some Pedialyte?" I was like, "Yes, I do."
he just gave me
I'm
the
glad
liquid
Casey's
IV.
seen what I seen. He walks straight and he's like, "You need a Pedialyte."
And how
Possibly
old
a
are you?
bump.
27.
Yeah, so you're still in your 20s, so you guys
I'm
are
going
kind of
in,
like,
dude.
Oh yeah, we're on different sides of the mountain. So I'm a little older than him. So I'm married with 2 kids.
he's still got something to prove.
3 fucking dogs and a cat. I got a whole nother. He's got 2 kids now, but when I met him, he didn't. He actually met his wife on tour with us.
Yeah.
That's a good story. How'd you meet your wife on
Actually,
tour?
my first kid's a bunk baby. we found out like when we made the kid, and it was in our bunk.
So imagine that. I have
For
trouble
sure.
fitting in there, and he was fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna, honestly, that's exactly. I go, how do 2
Perspective.
people?
Yeah. Every night I crawl in there like almost. I just wedge myself in and can't move.
Yeah.
And this guy right there was full blown fucking in it.
Yeah, your wife's like, where's your wife? She goes, I'm under her.
She just dying.
Help.
So
dude.
you know what I think's cool about Vegas? I thought about y'all being here today, and I always forget this about Vegas. NASCAR is here.
Yeah.
So one of my NASCAR's buddies.
John's,
Yeah, I was saying-
John's got a NASCAR too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
NASCAR's tomorrow. Are you
Yeah,
going?
NASCAR's no. We got to show him Salt Lake
Oh,
City.
right, you got to go to Salt Lake City.
But because we just played Flagstaff last night in San Diego Thursday, so we're doing a 4 run, and then we'll take a day off, 4 more.
Goddamn.
You know how that shit goes. But fucking my dude hits me up. UFC guy, one of my UFC guys hit me. They're having like one of those fights at the Apex today. He's
Yeah.
like, we're fighting early. We're coming to Fremont to get drunk, motherfucker. I was like, that's just what I need. A bunch of guys that just got in a paid fight come down here and drink.
Yeah.
Just the adrenaline
And
still
then it's like my
pumping.
comedy homies are here.
Yeah,
And
dude.
then Wiz Khalifa's manager hits me. I was like, Wiz is playing Dre's tonight. Come through.
See, that's good and
That's the
bad.
cool thing about Vegas.
It's
Yeah,
cool
that's
for
amazing.
like a week, but after a while, like if you're trying to get anything done,
Oh.
everyone every night being like, tonight's the night. You're like, it's
Yeah.
always the night.
It's always the night. It's getting like that in Nashville, though. When's the last time you came to Nashville?
Nashville is turned
Yeah.
pumping
Right?
right now. Yeah.
It's hard, dude. I'm domesticated in Nashville now, and I'm like, man, this is our, like, you know, it's never been. I mean, the Red Door is wall to wall on a Wednesday.
Yeah, well,
You can't move
is that
around
like
Nashville.
post pandemic? Everyone moved there.
Well, a lot of it started happening right before it, and then they really flourished in through the pandemic. They came in because these California motherfuckers they would buy houses without seeing them.
Yeah.
They'd be like, hold on, let me get this right. I can get a 5,000 square foot house for $1 million.
Are you talking about Ben Shapiro?
5,000 square feet. Yeah, for sure. They were like fucking sight unseen. Yeah, right in the offer. You know.
You guys ever see any of the Daily Wire people around Nashville?
No,
No.
no,
They're
I don't-
around. There's
I'm asking if he sees them.
8,000 people that work.
No, I know. I'm saying if he
I
hasn't
don't.
seen-
I mean, I'm sure I have, but I don't know if I would have seen them. You know,
I can't imagine
No,
Ben
no.
Shapiro's
you
hanging out
almost
at the
got to
Red
be.
Door too
You
much.
gotta, yeah, I was going to say you got to kind of get. If you see me, listen, I'm like the Joker.
Yeah.
In Nashville, you know, I'm like the villain everybody loves.
Yeah.
If you see me, it gets dark. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I mean? Like when I walk in, people tend to know. Oh fuck,
You're not having
This is-
avocado toast at brunch.
yeah, I didn't come in to make sure everybody was having a good night. I came in to ruin the night. We were fixed, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we're leading the cocaine parade to the bathroom. We're fucking ordering hundreds of shots, and people are dying, puking.
He told us about your little what was it the bet you made in your
Oh
one
yeah,
show?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln,
Yeah,
Nebraska?
true
Yeah.
story. Yeah, it was like, well, yeah, I just just wanted to see who could drink the most, and offered I'm going to offer 20 grand next time.
How much?
You know what I learned? I
Put
gave 5 grand
$5,000
away to who could drink the most.
Who was it?
Listen, first of all, they ended up splitting it 2 or 3 ways because what I learned about my band that I appreciate, they are best friends. But as soon as $5,000 was on the table, they killed each other. They would have stabbed each other in the neck, dude.
Absolutely.
It was like I would have grouped up and been like, "This is a grand apiece, y'all.
Yeah.
This is a grand apiece." Not one of them. They was instantly like, I was like, "Y'all can split it if you want," and not one of them said split it. Like, fuck these bitches. That's my $5,000 And right then, I knew I fucked up. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna die." They did. It was bad, dude.
2-day hangover.
Yeah, it was dude. We had a tour manager quit. We had an in-ear monitor guy quit. Our lighting guy quit.
They quit
Someone
because
got
of
in
the
a fight?
drinking?
They didn't really quit, but they quit.
they were so drunk,
In
they
the
were like,
moment,
"Fuck,
they were
let's
like,
play."
Yeah.
fucking, they were having trouble loading out or something because we got them drunk in the middle.
yeah.
They still had shit to do. There was people who had a full-blown job to do that we're just feeding cups of tequila and margaritas to.
No,
and they
not
were just getting
margaritas,
trashed.
bro. They were not margaritas.
They were tequila margaritas.
He went out and bought a blender for this specific reason to get everybody fucking trashed. He bought like 10 bottles of tequila, like 2 bottles of margarita mix,
Yes.
and like 1 bag of ice. And he would pour an entire fucking bottle of tequila into the blender. And then like a handful of ice and a splash of margarita mix, and fill a red
tequila
Solo cup
margarita.
to the fucking brim.
That
We
is
could sell
hangover
these.
juice, too.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it killed us all.
Yeah.
It killed us all.
They won't drink tequila with me now.
No.
I mean,
I
to
can't
this
even
day,
smell
they're
it,
like, I
dude.
hate tequila. You know, that group of
Yeah,
people.
I mean that's all you hear. A lot of people that go like they go, I don't drink that. I had one night. And they go,
I'm
"Never
afraid
again."
that I'm going to have a class action lawsuit against me in my later years of my career, and it's going to be all of my band, right?
That's so funny, them on the stand. And then he made me drink another.
He spelled my name out of cocaine and said if I didn't finish it that night, I was fired. It's like he fired. I thought about that. I was like, what a lawsuit this is going to be.
Just a bunch of dudes with like tour shirts on. They still got their lanyards with the lifers.
Or it's like one of those commercials, It's like, did you work for Jelly Roll between the years of?
If you were backstage at a Jelly Roll show between 2019 and 2024, you're entitled to compensation.
Heard a Jelly Roll show called Will Mateau.
So do y'all are doing these tomorrow too?
We're here for 3 days. Then we go to Charlotte. Tonight I'm doing like yesterday I did like 5 shows. I did like a show with Ari. Then I did Dave Smith, Part of the Problem. So it's like, and it's kind of like a podcast crowd. So it's like in some ways people are kind of more pumped for the podcast than
Right, they're more pumped to sit there and actually hear the
kind
conversation.
of wild that like shook down like that in the industry.
Yeah, God,
Yeah,
that's wild. Well, I mean, I'm a huge. I don't listen to new music because I don't want to be influenced by it.
Yeah.
I want to be aware. So like when something new comes out, I'll digest it.
Totally.
One time, like where's the state of music at in my mind?
Yeah.
But shelf it. So I don't listen to nothing but podcasts, nothing but comedy clips. You know what I mean? Like
You
won't
guys spend
see
so
me-
much time on a bus.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, I just don't want to ever be in the studio and I say something like, we should write a song like,
Oh.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I fear that. Like, as a comedian in y'all's world, it has to be like, a comedian has to think, we should have a bit like,
Yeah. I will see like the odd time I see a thing where it's almost like I get inspired. Like you'll see someone do something where they like tricked the audience 4 times in a row kind of thing. And you're just like, man, like, fuck, I want to try like a,
Right.
like it's almost like the skill level you're seeing, you know what I mean? Where you might
Like the technical skill.
yeah, it's almost like the technical skill where you're like, I wonder if I could pull off that. Or like, even something as small as like, you'll see someone tell like a 5-minute story that had a minute straight with no laughs. And then it was worth it at the end. You're like,
Yeah.
do I have the guts to like pull off a bit like that?
Right.
So I feel like I have some of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But never, you never like, ooh, I want to do like a story about mushrooms because someone else did. Like, that'd be
Yeah, I got a
nuts.
good mushroom story too. If that worked, this will
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
It's like-
yeah. Oh, we're doing, yeah.
It's like, oh, mushroom stories are in. Mushroom stories go.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it's-
That's how the industry kind of
Yeah.
works, though,
Oh,
right?
I could have, yeah, for sure. And I just exactly how music works, for sure. It's like, oh, y'all heard that new hit, and I just seen so much of that in writers' rooms that I was like, I don't want to ever be a part of that.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean?
gross.
Like I don't. So I listen to podcasts, comedies, and music from like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I might get into the 90s a little bit because I think it's going to come back around. Just
And you're
in
almost
general,
digesting
that
like the
sound circle.
energy sometimes more than you are
Period.
the structure, the actual like, you know what I mean? You're like, why was this like so sick in that moment? And then you kind of like have that in you. You know what I mean? Did you find that like you know, because you guys have your like Nashville squad of people that all got huge on the internet, and you know what I mean. So you don't have to really listen to any of those people, right?
No. Well, see, all the Nashville dudes we're all kind of in the submarine together anyways. It's almost like a comedy club for us. Like if everybody was working out of this room, that's Music Row for country music.
Yeah.
So like we know all the writers. You hear songs now I'll hear country radio songs, and as soon as it starts to play, I'll be like, man, that sounds like Ashley Gurley wrote that.
Yeah.
And you'll
you
Google
know
it,
the writers.
and you'll Google it because it just feels like it has his little thumbprint on it, and you'll Google it and be like, oh yeah, that's an Ashley Gurley.
Yeah, I'll see sometimes like a female comedy like TV show and it's really funny, and I'll be like, yeah, I know a guy wrote that. Then you look, sure enough, Kurt Metzger's in the credits.
Now, how do y'all feel about collaborative process in comedy?
There is like nowadays
stand-up,
the fact that everything is that now to me is cool, because I think a lot of these things, you know, you have a band, but at the end of the day, it's like kind of a solo pursuit, right? You know, like
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, of course. Like so. That's almost like lonely, and I think as you get older, like that gets like less fun. So the fact that there's this whole part of it that now it's kind of, you know, a podcast is kind of like a band, like you know what I mean, or you're all, you know, like when I see like another guy that makes YouTube sketches that I like, it's like, yo, let's do something,
right?
Which is before I don't think it really, you know, it's almost like kind of new,
right?
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, I thought
hip hop always had that to some degree.
I thought it was a game changer whenever I started seeing like podcast touring.
Yeah,
I thought that was the coolest shit ever.
Crazy,
Like
right?
when I was watching podcasts sell out fucking comedy clubs and doing 2 shows in a night.
Yeah, we have
I
a
was
friend
like, let's
in
go.
Montreal who sold out the Bell Center, which is like where the Montreal Canadiens play, for a podcast. 20,000 people.
God.
Yeah, insane. But he's like the biggest guy in Quebec.
Also, that must be like the fucking worst thing to watch ever.
Oh, it's
like low-key, like obviously that is the one thing.
dude,
that
it's literally
hasn't
like
caught
this
up.
table on the stage, just like the tiniest stage, and they're just like, and then just surrounded 360.
Even
It's
watching like a
incredible.
It's
comedian
insane.
in an
Incredible.
arena, unless they have the pyro, it's very like Kevin Hardy. It's kind of like, oh, this is sick, but like it's way worse.
Yeah.
Whereas watching like a artist in a big place, like it can be actually awesome.
Yeah, for sure. No, what I like about artists, you get big production. So it's like you said, like unless they bring a big production, like the bigger the like we scale production up.
Dancers.
Yeah, it's like we scale like the Bridgestone show this year. When I played the Bridgestone Arena, I'm finna have like the sickest production.
Oh, that's
when I played the Ryman last year. I built a trailer park on
Ryman's
stage in
awesome.
a car, literally.
Really?
Like,
Yeah, there was a car
I
on
built
stage.
a car.
Oh, really? Yeah.
We had
I
to
stood on the hood
They,
playing
yeah,
guitar.
it's
Fucking
fucking
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it's fucking crazy, dude. We full blown had to like fucking built a car in a trailer park on stage. Like I take the production side of that side of it so serious.
and what are you doing? Sorry for the other one, where the
Bridgestone.
Predators play Bridgestone.
It's December 9th, Bridgestone. I think we just opened up 1,500 obstructed view tickets.
Whoa!
So if anybody wants some, help me out.
Oh, I'm sure they'll go. You guys got lots of pyro too. He was saying you guys are.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna catch it on fire tonight. I couldn't believe they let us do it in Vegas.
No,
that's
man.
I could not believe.
It's-
Yeah,
all
but
6
still,
heads across
man.
the front, dude.
Yeah, it was like,
6
but
flames.
still, I wasn't expecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess they just
Vegas
don't
to
give
be,
a shit,
you know. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, we put 6 full. It's gonna be like real fire.
Do you have anyone that you like have to run anything by, or you just straight up like do you call a guy, you're like, yo, figure this out, I want some fire?
Yeah, no, yeah, we got a big team. That we got a huge team.
So is that
I'm,
what happens
I'm
if you come
jealous
up
of
with
y'all
an idea?
podcasting motherfuckers, boy. Y'all's team be like in this room right now.
Yeah, we have like a backpack and like.
yeah.
It's crazy. Louis C.K. could travel to arena and you can come with a backpack. It's so funny.
He has a Pelican case,
it's
he opens up
fucking
a mic and
it's so frustrating. I went to go see Steve Byrne and Joe Gatto the other day at Balboa because Byrne went on before we played at Soma in San Diego.
Okay.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go see Byrne because I think Byrne's the funniest dude ever anyways.
So funny.
And I'm watching and I'm like so jealous from the beginning because I go downstairs, there's 3 green rooms, it's 3 comedians, 1 in each green room. Like there's fucking 4 buses of us.
I know. I was
out there right now, and fucking like 3 tractor trailer trucks. I'm like, these motherfuckers, and I'm like, and they're, you know, they could have sold as many tickets as me. They played a smaller venue with higher ticket sale, like an old, you know, like, and I'm just so fucking mad. I'm just like, fucking, I got to drag this fucking drunk drug addict guitar player.
Dude, when
with
you
me
see
everywhere.
someone setting up
You know what I'm
drums,
saying?
setting up drums and tuning drums,
Yeah,
it's so
and that dude got
much
paid for it, a lot of money, like quite like a fucking substantial amount of fucking money. I'm like, I could fucking
that you
figure
don't
this out.
split.
Yeah, no, and he does it twice a day. He'll set them up, ting them, take them the fuck down. I'm like, dude, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, how much does that guy cost again? You know what I'm saying? I was
What
like,
a
Jesus
better
Christ.
business model.
Yeah, y'all shit is so. You just show up and set up a little podcast, 3 little cameras, and fucking one lady back there, and a dude that's just standing there as a formality. I don't even know what the fuck he's here for. You know what I'm saying? You in a fucking
Liquid IV dealers.
yeah. He's here just to help y'all's hangover. We do have a weed guy. I will say.
you got.
Well, I mean,
at
if
the
you're gonna
point-
have that
do you
many
have a
buses,
haircut?
have some luxuries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Do you have a hair? Do you have a hairdresser that travels with you? I
No,
know
we'll
part of
fly.
that's
We'll
the
fly
idea.
him out. We'll fly him out.
Okay, you fly
So
a
like every
hairdresser.
2 weeks, we'll fly him in. Like he'll meet us the night before Red.
And then you have a guy that just does weed.
He's just doing weed.
Rolls
man.
like
What is he
Snoop Dogg
doing?
when he rolls for you?
Yeah, he rolls.
Really?
Yeah. He's like our little in-house drug Yoda.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Does he have to look busy so he like makes himself useful? He's always like
No. He knows what's up.
He always crushing up weed. Like
I don't
he's got
care.
the
I don't care if he
microscope
don't
out.
do nothing but sleep all day, as long as we know where to weed. But he's always with us anyway. So.
But I feel like the job of the weed guy would be done for his day, where he's like, "Well, here it is." You're like,
No, well,
what then was
he
gonna-
also doubles as the drug guy, and sometimes that turns into a late night shift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you never just really know which.
Is
way
he
that's
like the
gonna
make
turn.
it happen guy?
He's the he's the dude that I trust him. Like he's been touring with me a long time. We've been
Yeah.
friends for like 15 years, and he knows like a lot of shamans. So like I know the mushrooms are good. When he shows up
know
with
shamans?
acid, when he shows up with acid, I know it's family acid.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like Grateful Dead family,
Yeah,
real
yeah.
deal
He loves
GFD.
that shit.
I love that shit.
It's the top fucking 50-year-old acid, 40-year-old acid, like dead ass. So he's also the guy that has the test strip.
Yeah.
So if the boys want to get really crazy, he's the homie that. Okay, no, we cool. You know what I mean? Like, you feel
Does
me?
he wear, like, a lab coat and
He's
stuff?
that
Just
guy. He
like,
might
you
as
know,
well. He's like our
put
little
the goggles
boy.
on.
But let me tell you something. When you come up, I hope you please come see the show.
Oh, we're coming
Y'all
tonight.
got time?
Yeah, fuck
So whenever you're not, it won't take you 2 seconds to find him. You'll meet the whole crew and be like, "That's him," because he doesn't. You know what
Does
I
he
mean?
look like he's at, like,
the
a fish
only thing
lot?
about it is, if I was trying to be obscure from the police with my drug guy, I fucked up. Because if I was the police, I would pass my whole 30-person crew and just beeline to this guy. You know what I'm saying? Sir,
Does
can
he-
we see your backpack, please, sir?
Does he look like he's like a fish lot dude?
He just looks like a hippie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
He got
the way
like
he
a
wears his hat,
backpack. It's
hat
like-
pins, fucking big socks with weed leaves on them and
Totally.
shit. He's that guy. You've seen him?
Yeah.
Blown glass
Yeah.
medallion.
Oh,
Yeah,
the dentist
I mean,
pack on the
I go to
backpack.
like fish concerts, like dead concerts.
Yeah.
So, like those
You've
guys
seen
are
him 20
everywhere.
times before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might. Exactly. You've seen him.
Did you guys see like
out
nitrous
for-
tanks and stuff?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll whip it.
Yeah.
We don't say no much.
Yeah.
We don't say no much.
Dude, Whippet's kick ass. Yeah. They don't come around that much. Danny used to be able to get him until we had the last time you got
Dude,
him,
I had
our
a friend-
buddy like almost died.
He didn't almost die. He
Almost died, Jelly Roll.
So I had a friend of mine who would like his friend would literally get them. I get them from the maternity ward in Toronto at a hospital, like, and they were like actual like whatever nitrous. And then four of us were like sitting around like this, and we were just like doing them in our office. We had an old office, and our boys wearing glasses, and there was like a chair just like this, and it was like broken, like with this one piece screw was missing, and he was just this, and he fucking we hear just like thud. Ooh. And he's on his face on the ground because like, he leaned back. The chair just like gave out, and then like his glasses smashed, and it just like cut his fucking eye.
And he's all
Which is
on
like, dude,
whippets.
we
And
were.
this
but the
happened
thing-
while he was fucking.
we all
Just
did,
whip
so it's
it.
like you're literally in like a different dimension
for sure.
but it's only 45 seconds,
Yeah.
and then you come back and he's just like his face is bleeding, and we're like, well, this isn't fun.
Yeah.
And we got to all go to the fucking hospital now and get him stitched up.
Did y'all take him to the hospital and get him stitched
Yeah,
up?
we just walked over there. Like we were to the hospital. We just like walked over to the hospital and like got his face stitched up. And the funniest thing too is this dude.
And this happened
always,
in Canada?
This is in Toronto, yeah. But this is our boy, and when we met, he's a comedian. This guy Kevin, he was always straight edge. Like when we met him forever, he's straight edge. And I always was like, dude, you got to try psychedelics. Like
Right.
just one time, right? And he's like, dude, I'm never ever doing them. He's like, come on, man, just one time. I get him to do mushrooms, and then we go to this festival. We're watching Neil Young. And
That's dope.
It was amazing. It was sick. He did a 3-hour set to close out
God.
this festival. It
Yeah,
was
I bet.
incredible, and he would like
All the Monsanto albums.
No, the funny thing is, so he played 2 sets. First no, legit. First set, every hit you can imagine. It was insane, and
Wow.
like he does them like perfect, like exactly. And then the second set, he had this new album like about how he hates Monsanto.
Oh, wow.
And everybody was like, "What?"
He
Like,
just does the whole album.
he does the whole thing because he really hates Monsanto.
Respect.
And his backup band is Willie Nelson's kids. Like it was great.
What? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
the Promise of the Real, I think.
Yep.
Or whatever. And but anyway, so we get my boy. So my boy does acid, and he's like, life changed. Literally went from working at a bank and he owned a house, and then like I don't know, 6 months later he was like living in a van. Like, but he was like, but he went full shaman, and he's like,
Yes.
everybody's like, yo, you fucked him up so bad. But if you talk to him, he's like, dude, it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then now he's back
That
to
was
like,
awesome you
now he's
changed
back
that
to like,
dude's
you ruined
life.
my life.
Oh, no, he's
yeah,
back
yeah,
fucking-
he's gonna be like, yeah, you kind of ruined my life.
Is he back straight edge?
No, no. Oh no.
Yeah, okay. I was like, what a fucking plot twist.
You must have some dudes that took it too far that it didn't end up good in the music industry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we have a lot of dudes that.
It also works a little better on the up when
Yeah.
when it starts to be like you're drinking too much and partying too much and the career's on the down a little bit. That's when it starts to, for
Yeah.
some people not handle it properly.
You know, the crazy part is that I think the scariest thing is that when it goes from party drugs to pills.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like that's always the turning point that you see happen to artists.
Yeah.
Right? Even Elvis, when you watch the documentary, right? Like, young, energetic. They didn't say they said he didn't do drugs. We all know it's a fucking lie. Party drugs, party drugs, party drugs, party drugs. Give me some pain pills.
Yeah.
And they're just, you know what I mean? It's like that's the moment you always see it start going to shit.
Yeah.
That's whenever I intervene, though. That's whenever I start talking to artists, like, because artists are real, like, they're my friends. They know I'm kind of loose and liberal with my views.
Yeah.
But the moment they start calling, like, man, you know somebody with some Percocets jelly? That's the moment I always go, let me holler at you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck, you need a Percocet. Somebody saw your arm off? What the fuck a Percocet is
Let's
for?
like
My
see-
dentist won't give me a Percocet if he pulled a wisdom tooth.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you that you need a Percocet?
Sure.
Oh, my back hurts. Is it fucking broke? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
There's
I
one
got
of
an
these, it just makes you like
800.
so numb to everything. I don't know. I guess it's what they want. But
I was like, just be an alcoholic like everybody
Exactly.
else.
Yeah,
Jesus,
totally,
dude.
man.
Here's an ibuprofen 800 and some E&J. It'll fucking be okay.
Boys, we got to take you away for a second here to tell you about our friends at the Butcher Box.
Butcher Box.
The box is here. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're telling you about Butcher Box Turkey. If you're in the local grocery store looking for turkey, well, then I think you're a turkey.
Well, I just looked in the mirror and found me.
A turkey yourself.
turkey.
You don't come across a deal like this very often.
Not in Joe Biden's America.
Definitely not in his America.
No.
You're out there looking for free range turkey without added antibiotics, added hormones, like a chump. Ooh, like a chump.
Hey.
Hey, and then you come across Butcher Box. Takes the guesswork out of finding high quality meats and seafood you can trust. 100% grass fed beef, free range organic chicken, pork raised, crate free, and wild caught seafood. Now, free shipping in the continental U.S. and no surprise fees. We've been telling everyone about the box, and we've only had happy customers. People are happy campers. Danny likes the box. I like
Love the box. I love the box.
He likes all types of box, but especially the Butcher Box. Butcher Box, then normal box second. You can choose from a variety of box plan options from curated to custom and change your plan whenever you want. It's an incredible value, exclusive member deals. You can save big on your favorite cuts. Now, me personally, I've been on the box. I'm a box guy through and through.
Boxman.
We're boxmen, so to speak. I've been on chicken. This turkey is what you really want to get, especially going into the holiday season. You know you're going to want to get in the fucking turkey business. Now, the main course for Thanksgiving dinner can sometimes be a main source of stress. Not anymore. Butcher Box is offering our listeners free turkey with their first order. Sign up today at butcherbox.com/boyscast for that free turkey and use BOYSCAST to get one 10 to 14 pound turkey free in your first box. Hitting the boys with a free effing turkey.
Woo!
Yeah, you
Lot
want
to give thanks for with that free turk.
a lot to be thankful with the turkey. Butcherbox.com/boyscast. Use the code BOYSCAST to claim this deal. Next, we're going to tell you about NordVPN. If you don't have a VPN, you're out of your mind. You're loco. You're sitting on, all this stuff that these clowns are getting up to.
Ugh. Don't even get me started. They're going to even get me started on these clowns.
Ugh. Now, NordVPN. This is the thing about NordVPN. It's easy to use. You connect with one click, or you can enable auto connect for 0-click protection.
I know. I mean, it's really very easy.
You want to be protected in all walks of life, unless you're some, dork. But these guys ain't dorks. They're up to some stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're smart, you are.
5,600 plus servers in 59 countries. Find a server near you for better speed or connect to a faraway location to freely explore the internet. Amazing speed. It's confirmed by the speed test. NordVPN is the fastest VPN out there, by Speed Test. 6 devices on every major platform: Windows, Android, iOS, Mac OS, Linux. Even your Android TV supports NordVPN. Automatic kill switch. If the VPN connection accidentally drops, it blocks the device from accessing the web unprotected. Double VPN. That's actually a pretty good feature because you might not know some of these other VPNs probably in the background just went off and you didn't even know when you're up to your business. Your crypto business.
All sorts
what
of
you're
stuff.
doing up
with
on the
these
blockchain.
Single VPN.
Double VPN for extra protection. Users can route their traffic through 2 VPN servers, doubling the encryption. Access from everywhere. Don't miss your favorite content from home while traveling abroad. Everyone knows if you want those shows. Sometimes I got to check up what's going on in Canada. I check it. If you want the sometimes deals and games come in other countries first, get exclusive NordVPN deals at nordvpn.com/boyscast. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. nordvpn.com/boyscast. What do you do if you go? Is there an amount of days where you go, you know what? Like, can you go like 30 days, or will you have like, okay, 5 days and then I got to detox for 2 days to kick it back into gear?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. At my age, I'm embarrassed to say it, but probably 3-4 days. The way I go, probably 2-3 days.
Yeah.
That's like pretty reasonable. That's like your average person that goes real hard on a weekend.
Yeah, for sure. It was like when I was his age. So Casey's been with me 8, 9, 7,
8,
6,
I think 8,
12, 8 years.
Yeah,
We never know.
Long time. Coming on a decade.
Wow, dude, you got to be young.
He's
right?
coming on
Yeah,
a decade.
19.
Yeah.
So your whole life has been this touring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when he first came out, I went. That's all. I didn't never not go. I just went.
Yeah.
This is who I was 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I was just gone. I just went, you know? And now I'm old and married and fat. And I'm like, I don't know, man. How much? I'm old. I'm this old. You ready to know how old I am? How much water did I drink? I'll think of that right before I take my first shot. How much water have I drank today? I didn't know water was drinkable in my mid-20s. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was for bath purposes only.
Maybe
You know what I'm
mix
saying?
of vodka.
And I thought water was designed solely for baths and to get a little extra, clear the nose every now and then, hit your little boop, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're back. You know what I'm saying? All right. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, you just know because tomorrow you was like, yo, dude.
Yeah,
just
now I'm a grown
fucking
man.
do
I'm
me a
like, I'm
favor
not
and-
drinking my first shot until I've drank a gallon.
Yeah.
I think if I
You were
drink a
saying your
gallon,
boys does vodka Pedialites?
Yeah.
yeah, no, we haven't-
That's been a thing on this tour.
he's living in the future.
Yeah, dude.
Right? What a fucking genius.
Like you wake up feeling good. You
know
can
what?
drink it in the morning. You know.
I feel like as you always kind of look back and you're like, man, I could handle so much more. Like it wouldn't make me feel bad when I was young, kind of thing. But then you're like, no, what happened is you did feel bad, but you didn't care.
Didn't care.
And then I think there's a point where you're like, yo, I can't like feel terrible all the time.
Oh, for sure.
You go just trudge through it, and eventually you're just like, why am I trudging through this every day? Who's this for?
I could feel normal.
This isn't fun anymore.
It's starting to hurt.
It's like the end of an acid trip. I just wish it would stop.
Just slow down a little bit.
Yeah, you're like, I can go in the studio or whatever,
Yeah.
you know what I'm like, I can force it, but you're like, at some point, you're like, who am I, you know what, there isn't cameras on, what am I doing this for?
What are we celebrating?
I have a buddy, this guy Corey Shaver, producer dude in Toronto, he always says, he goes, you know what, like, his motto is, he goes, I don't party, I celebrate.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's got to be, I mean, you can always find something to celebrate.
There's always something.
We had that problem earlier this year.
Yeah.
We had
It's
our
the door guy's fucking anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, at first I wasn't used to selling a lot of tickets, so I was like, I'm just gonna party every time we sell out a venue. And then we sold out like fucking 40 straight shows. And I'm in there just like, fuck it, we're celebrating. I was committed to it, you know. But this tour has been totally different. We've been out for like 40 days today, I guess, 47 days or something. This is like hadn't even been home, like just been just doing it.
You get
4 shows, 6
discombobulated
shows a
though,
week.
eh?
Yeah, you just kind of the only part about it I hate is that it becomes a whirlwind to the point that you're trying to piece it back together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to the point, even soberish. You know what I mean? It's like you still look back and go, "What happened in Albuquerque?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're
You guys
trying
have someone
to like,
filming everything? Like
Oh,
all the
yeah.
time?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
No,
that
dude, he's right there.
You're filming all. Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
you'll be on the Daily Roll tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
We drop a minute clip every day on YouTube of what we did the day before. Every
very
single
cool.
day.
Yeah. Would you
You're
ever
on
do a
top of it.
podcast with all the time you guys have? You ever
Dude,
about
I
that?
thought about it, and my wife does a podcast. She does the Dumb Blonde podcast. It does really well for her. I just don't know if I love podcasts because I love the art of it and I love the comedy of it. I love the conversation of it. I love that everything we've said in here today is in satire and it's not serious.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that if I did my own podcast, I would feel the need to be serious. My music's serious.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my approach to music is very serious. But it's kind of like the Willie Nelson effect. I'm a really jovial guy though. Like I'm a happy hippie that drinks and wants to party.
Yeah.
That was hippie, but Willie Nelson, you know, fucking bandana, long braid, fucking colorful shit, guitar, stoner.
Yeah.
And then he'd go up there and sing fucking Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. You know what I mean? So it's like podcasts give me a chance to.
There's
just
also a little bit of mystique to like a like a rock star kind of guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Where
I
you're
was
just
thinking
like,
that too, you don't want to know too much of it. Like you almost want to.
Yeah.
you're gonna give away your like last bit of like. Do I really got to weigh in on every cultural event now?
Exactly.
You know
That's
what I
the thing.
mean?
It's like, I don't want to have an opinion on shit.
Yeah,
it's like I get to come in here and know that this isn't satire.
Yeah.
If anybody out there has a problem with anything I've said today, you can suck my whole dick. Right? You can suck my. I want to apologize for not apologizing. Fuck your mama. Since you hate me, your granny sucks dick, bitch. You know what I mean? It's like let me just go.
Jelly
on
Roll will not apologize for saying Kanye was right. That is a quote.
Let that be I hope that's the fucking right there. Let that be it. But yeah, so it's like I'm afraid if I did my own.
Jelly Roll on Kanye. Finally, someone said it. Or it's worse. He's like another rapper that's copying things that I've been saying for fucking ever.
Fuck.
So it's like I get to come on your shit and just kind of be loose and fun, and it's not taken serious. I could talk about serious stuff.
Yeah.
So it's no pressure, man. I always want to just save it for the homies. I want to come out and do it with you anytime y'all let me do it.
Yeah, fuck
I
yeah.
want to go see the boys, Bert, Scholes.
Dude,
You know,
it's sick.
anytime any of the boys will let me come through.
It's so fun, like that everyone does that, but also there is like to me because of the way the industry changed and all the people that are popular aren't part of that in a lot of ways. You know, at least a ton of them. It also made like weird genres, like the one that you exist in, like these like kind of comedy rap genres, like that doesn't exist when you have like
just the whole man.
But when you have kind of like the way that it's situated is like there's the industry here's like this radio station is this and this radio station is this and this label's this, so it's like you need to be able to like place people.
Right.
But when you're just a little island on the internet, you can kind of you know what I mean, you get to be a thing that never existed before, that I feel like, and all of the reasons why it couldn't exist don't apply to you.
Yeah, no, and it's weird because now that I'm on radio, I'm dealing with what you're talking about for the first time ever of being, I don't know how to say the word, I'm being genreized, I guess.
Pigeonholed.
Yeah, they go, what are you? Are you rap or
like I'm having
well,
to
they
like,
have to put you like when
they have to put
they
you
have
in something.
a category for the,
and it's the first time it's been a big deal in my career where it's like where do I land? And it's funny because it's obviously I have a big song on country radio. And people were like, well, did you ever think you'd end up being a country artist? I was like, I'm from fucking Nashville. They told me I was country the first time I went to New York.
Yeah.
I never forget. I didn't think I sounded country until I went to California, New York. And the motherfucker was like, dog, did you just jump off a hay bale, Bubba? You know what I'm saying? They're talking crazy to me. They're like, yeehaw. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm from a fucking trailer park.
Yeah, I'm like,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm a fucking gangster. I'll slap the fuck out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
you
were
got a
just
grill, and they're like, oh, look at me. I'm from the country. You're like, I have a grill. What are you
it's like, oh, another Southern dude with some gold teeth, you know. But they, it's just so. I guess it's happening to me in a way. But as long as when you live on that island internet shit, I don't know, dude. I also just make the music I make and fuck with who I fuck with.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing about these podcasts for me. I want to be remembered for this. Like when I quit one day, I want motherfuckers to be like, he wouldn't do a podcast unless it was a comic one.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he dead ass would turn
Yo,
down
it's the
real.
move.
Like he turned down Fox News 30 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just immediately went on fucking anything Barstool.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
totally.
saying? He just didn't get called twice. Bussing with the boys. Y'all are the boys.
Yeah.
You know my boys are bussing with the boys.
Yeah.
Shout out
I mean,
to the
why,
boys.
like, why would you want to have like some guy in a suit being like, and what's the message? And
Yeah,
it's like, I don't-
what's the meaning behind
Shut
the
up.
music? And I'm like, you didn't fucking listen to it, did you? I have the most clear. You don't have to guess what the fuck my music is about. It's fucking really right fucking there, dude.
And then the music video's acting it out.
Yeah,
like
for
you got
sure. Yeah, I show it. I even paid a lot of money to have somebody show you exactly what I'm talking about. Like fucking shit.
No, dude, I feel like there is so much of like the fact that like everyone's kind of, because back in the day, if you think about like even philosophers used to kind of, this is maybe like arrogant comments or whatever, but like this used to bug me a lot like 4 years ago. I remember thinking with this a lot where they go, back in the day, if you were the artists, were architects or, all these different things. It was like, if they go, someone like you go, this guy's got like a great mind and the way he like kind of sees the world and interprets or whatever. Oh, I bet you he'd be good at doing that here. And then the more everything got kind of corporatized, everyone's like, no, you're this, but it's like, you would be good at doing these other things. So,
Right.
And you're kind of running this little media company. It's like almost back to the, people that are, yeah, it's true though. Like, I guess this is like a Kanye thing, but it's like, if you're like this great musician that thinks about things differently, like, why wouldn't you be good at making shoes, like, or whatever, right?
Right.
The same way that like old, like, philosophers would build cities, like to some
Right.
degree.
That somebody would see it in a way. I will say I think Kanye is more creative than me. I don't think he's had as many drugs as I've had. I think that my
He's high
day
on
of-
life, dude.
He's high on Kanye.
I couldn't fucking find my shoes this morning. I'm in flip flops now. I look like a bum. I was walking down Fremont Street with y'all in sandals and a stained T-shirt. Just woke up.
Yeah, that's why you're right. That's why giving any compliment to like fucking even comedians or like rock and roll dudes, it's like yeah, and the brilliance, and you're like, anyway, just shit my pants.
No, I will say I appreciate. I think I take the songwriting really serious.
Yeah,
It's the one part of my job that I like. It's no jokes. I play no games in a writer's room. Like I'm fun to write with, but I'm not a hoot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm not in here.
Like
I'm like,
it's a
you know what I
job, like
mean?
you're-
Yeah,
take
it's
it to
like,
work,
yeah.
it's like
We'll get drunk and have fun, but ultimately.
do you party when do you drink when you're making music?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. You crazy.
Every 45
I mean, dude,
minutes.
imagine he goes,
shot.
no,
Shot.
sober.
Where's my shot?
That's
Sober
a
making
big part of
music.
my songwriting.
I mean, I feel like okay, if I'm, let's say we were writing like a TV show, right?
Yeah.
Like, and we had like a room like this and we're riffing and stuff, I could definitely have some drinks and we're like writing. If I sit down and I'm like, I'm gonna get drunk and write stand up, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, all right, well, that's nothing.
Well, see, hold on. In the defense, the difference is it's collaborative, like a script.
That's
right.
true,
So it's like
yeah.
it's me and a couple band guys. And is this cool? What about you? Like this melody? Yeah, but I liked it when you said this better. It's like this super kind of cool.
Yeah.
And that's what I was wondering too about. I don't know. I guess if I was a comedian, and I've seen them do it a little bit, I figured there'd be more collaboration on helping people finalize specials. You know what I mean? Like if I was going
It's
into my
almost
hour.
taboo a little still.
Yeah. Right.
It's like,
yeah,
I guess in
still-
rap, they're like, it's like a ghost writing kind of,
Yeah.
it's one thing your
Well,
songs, but
rappers hate. Yeah, for
Your
sure.
voice will always be like, what about this? Like for a tag, but like not
Yeah.
like super sensitive. But
Where I think it would be cool if like you finished your hour and then you got in with 3 of your closest comedy homies and was like, how do I punch this the fuck?
well, I was just
People
listening to
do
like
that.
everybody's mind together, like
Chris
all
Rock
egos
did
to
that.
the floor. Like, how do we make this the fucking
you know what
funniest
though?
thing?
The difference is that you're doing that every night. Like if you're going to the Comedy Cellar doing if you're doing 5 spots a night in the city, it's like your friends have seen these bits like 12,000 times and
Right.
told you what they think of them
Right,
already.
yeah.
So yeah, there is some of that, but also like you as a human being, because comedy's more like even just like how you appeared. Like you're a big dude. Like you probably know how like maybe you speak a little softer to certain people because the way that you kind
Right.
of come across. You know how you come across to
100%,
people, and you're so
absolutely.
like tapped into that with yourself. And it's hard for someone else to know that. They can give you jokes, but they'll say like, "Oh, you say this." You're like, "No, I can't really say that because there's
Right.
all these like tiny little things that,
are
you
so-
only know about yourself of how, like just the same way a guy knows how he picks up girls with how he looks. It's like some dude being like, "Yo, just like, tell the girls like mean shit and they like that." You're like, "Well, you like some other guy that might not work for you." You know what I mean? Yeah, you're like you tell him being like, yo, just tell them like fucking, tell them just show up and they'll be like impressed with you. They'll grab a crowd will start gathering, just pick
Right.
one of the girls. He's like, no, that's Jelly Roll has that. I don't. They didn't see case like that.
No, but y'all skits and stuff. When y'all write that's way more collaborative, right? That's
Especially
way
on
more
the
like-
day.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like way more like let's
yeah,
all
a lot
get
of,
together.
like a lot of improvising.
My
that's
view,
awesome.
and probably this is what like all are, and I bet you, I don't know, you tell me if you think of this, is like, it's a lot of things like that are good collaborative, but you need one person that like takes accountability for the vision.
Right, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because it's like,
Well, somebody has to wear it. It's like when I
Someone has to
write
wear it.
a song, I'm willing to get Casey's input because I appreciate it. but I
Yeah.
got to sing it the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like ultimately, so my songwriting process is I start the song by myself, almost like complete the hour. Like I normally come in with an idea, like a solid, like, hey man, I have this idea in my mind. I want to write this record called Save Me. I got this melody in my head. Somebody save me. I think the hook should be kind of in this range right here. You got a guitar lick for it. And then from there, we'll collab on it.
Yeah.
But it's like normally I'm pretty dialed into what my message, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I forget that. Like, you really are. You're like, yeah, I do have to sing this for the rest. Because comedy, you're like, I do this for a year or two, and then never
away.
again. But you're like, yeah, I do have to sing this for the rest of my life.
We gotta take one more break here to tell the fellas we gotta get them healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do.
And you know how you get healthy? Something that I use every single morning before I even eat. I take it, and we're talking about, you guessed it, Athletic Greens.
Oh, I love me some Athletic Greens.
Changed my game. It's the only one that I take right now too. So this is how I've not got sick, and I used to get sick way more often.
That is true. You used to be a sick man.
Remember, I haven't been sick in a
You
while.
haven't been sick in a while. Yeah.
And I've been, you know what I mean, not sleeping and all that
I
sort of
know.
stuff, right?
I think it's the Athletic Greens.
Athletic Greens definitely ain't hurting the situation, that's for sure. So, as you know, I haven't had a lot of time, and I wanted better gut health, more energy, optimized immune system. It wasn't, pills weren't working for me. You forget, and I wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I wanted to see what the hype was all about. Some of these, you know, basically taste like water. This is like some substance when you're going for your running. You know what I mean? And now I've been on it for, I don't know, I would say it's almost a year now. I'm all in. Doesn't taste super healthy. It's got a mild tropical taste that I look forward to every morning. I'm on board with the greens. One delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, adaptogens, help start your day right. Special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, energy, recovery, focus, the aging. It doesn't stop there. I can't tell you all the benefits. We got digestion benefits, energy benefits, simplicity benefits. It goes on and on.
Plus, it tastes good.
Great taste. Send it to your friends. Send it to your family. I bring it on the road with me. I got packs right now in my suitcase when we're just partying in this Airbnb. But I know I'm going to wake up to a nice cup of the green stuff. Athletic Greens contains 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything. While still tasting good, tons of people take some kind of multivitamin. It's important to choose one with high quality ingredients that your body will actually absorb. Many professional athletes have been recommending this product. They want you on the greens. So boys, it's time to reclaim your health. Arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially when it's the flu and cold season. It's just 1 scoop of cup in water every single day. You shake it up. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. Athletic Greens solve the problem. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you got to do is visit athleticgreens.com/boyscast. Again, athleticgreens.com/boyscast. Now let's get back in the show. Did you know that was one when you made it? Did you know that was going to explode? Like,
I had
not
so much
explode
faith.
like that, but
I had so much faith in Save Me. Never would have expected it to explode like that. But I had so much faith in Save Me that I wrote it on a Sunday, recorded it on a Monday while shooting the video to it. Like, recorded it while, let's just film us, put that video up that Tuesday morning. Didn't even have it to DSPs yet. My distributor that distributes my music called me and goes, "What the fuck is on YouTube right now?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, I cut this crazy song yesterday." I was like, I felt like I had to put it right out. I was like, it feels so good. And he was like, it's trending. He was like, send me I didn't even send my distributor the song. He was like, send me the fucking mastered song. I was like, I haven't mastered it. He was like, do what? I was like, no. He was like, fucking send it to me.
Is that why
right
it says
now.
unreleased? Or,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like I'm clearing people. Like, don't turn this up too loud or too low. I don't know where it's setting. It's not
That's
mixed or mastered.
fucking
I just
nuts.
cut it.
Too bad it wasn't
to
the
God.
old YouTube where you could replace just the audio.
Yeah,
Remember that?
right. Yep, for when you could sneak the under audio. And I think we might have been able to pull it off, but we just left the original audio and just had it linked on the backside of SoundScan. But
Wild.
yeah, it didn't make it to Spotify until the following Monday.
Well, I remember for me, like even that one, there's something about all things that you could tell where it's more just like seeing that song. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? Like I think it made you go like, who is this guy?
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's what, like the best first thing that is. You know what I mean?
No,
that really pops. They
100%.
You make everyone say that.
No, who the fuck is this guy? And then you hear it, and it was, it's a real song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got like, even if you're like, I don't feel that song, I feel that song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even if it's like, I don't necessarily feel it, but I know it's it's like, and then the only time I brag on myself, I sang the shit out of it. I mean, the moment you hear somebody say, you're instantly like, this big bitch can sing. That fat son bitch can fucking blow. And the catch is, that doesn't happen every night. So manage expectations, gentlemen.
Oh, you were on one that night?
Yeah, no, I just, I'm still new to singing. So some nights I'm just on fucking fire and I sound like Luther Vandross. And my band is like, you sounded fucking incredible. And some nights they were like, you were off key the second half of the whole set. It was like just fucking, you just lost it mid-set and never got it back.
That's tough.
You ever had any like hell gigs where someone tried, like old school, where people got in fights at the show?
Oh man, well,
We did that last night.
You got a fight last
Like
night?
the Blues Brothers with them playing in front of the fucking fence, and they're just
every now, you pack thousands and thousands of people into a place. And you let them drink for 3 or 4 hours before somebody goes on stage, and they're fighting at Luke Combs concerts and Morgan Wallen concerts. So
They must know when
It's
they see the
sad.
guy coming in with 15,000 and they see tattoos on the face. They go, let's call a few extra security.
for sure, yeah. And they joke. They say that it's fucked up, but it's real. They say rock and roll and country artists bring the bigger fans. Like size-wise.
Size-wise.
So they have this joke when they're like, yeah, that club holds 3,000 people, but if it's a Jelly Roll or Luke Combs crowd, it's more like 2,300, 2,400. They're serious. They'll cap us based on, like, if we were like a Warped Tour rock band, they'd expect a bunch of 17-year-old girls. So they're like, yep, definitely can do 3,000.
Yeah.
They look at like Jason Aldean coming or fucking Jelly Roll, and they're like, maybe 2,600, 25? What do you think? You know what I'm saying? Like, we should leave the room a little room to breathe.
hot in there.
It's some big old burly motherfuckers, dog. You know what I'm saying? Some big old me's in there. Some big old broad-shouldered, corn-fed motherfuckers from Jelly Roll. So
That's funny.
there'd be some big old boys, man.
The country fans. So yeah, I guess what is your demographic? Is it mostly like, what are you, like 25 to 35 kind of mostly?
Yeah, I say I sit right between 25 and 35. We've been getting a lot of 20s.
It's a good diet.
20s.
That's the spot too, because they're not poor.
Yeah. We've been getting a lot of younger kids too sometimes, but 25 to 35. We'll have some older people too.
Yeah, you'll see some old, white-haired ladies singing every word
It's
to the
a
song.
weird thing.
And
I'd
you'll
say
see, like,
the core-
3-year-olds singing every word to the song too. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it turns into a family thing. It's like, it's weird. If you had to core it, I'd say 25 to 35.
Yeah, who's some wild collaborations that you want to do? Who's like,
I got one with Co Wetzel from Texas. Texas country artist named Co Wetzel. That's a fucking raving lunatic in real life.
Really?
Best dude on earth.
crazy, man.
One of my best fucking friends. And it ain't just him. He's like our crew. His whole crew is just degenerates. I don't know how they get across the country. I'm not sure who's in charge of that ship. It's scary. Every time I pull up, I'm like, who the fuck is really responsible here? I'm like, at least we have one dude that's a straight edge guy that has never done a drug in his life.
One dude.
We have one dude out of a 20-something person crew. We have one dude that's never drank a drop in his life. And we've had to wake him up drunk at 4 a.m. because we were all too drunk to deal with it. Tour manager's too drunk to deal
Dude,
with it.
that is the worst guy to be. The only guy that could drive.
Yeah. Well, no, it's even worse. You're the only guy that can wake up and deal with the fact that fucking our bus driver got in a fight with a homeless man, and the homeless man busted the windshield of our bus out in Brooklyn under the fucking bridge, under the Williamsburg Bridge, and now we got a fucking bus. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm smack drunk.
No way.
We're fucked up. And I walk to the bus. Bus driver comes on, pulls the curtain down, windows broke. We got all this on footage. I'll shit it to y'all. But the window's fucking broken. And I sit there and I'm too drunk to deal with it. And at that moment, I went and woke up my tour manager, and he was too drunk to deal with it. And at that, I looked around and I was like, we don't have one motherfucker that knows. And the bus driver's confused too. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, fuck. I was like, somebody go wake up Bobby Straight Edge. Bobby Straight Edge wakes up. He walks up to me and goes, before I get involved in this, are y'all fucking with me? And I was like, oh, no, we're not fucking with you at all. That windshield is out, Bubba. Not only do you need to get up, you should get dressed and pack a bag, pimp. We're not leaving. I was like, we're fucked. We're going to have to fly to the next show or something.
Oh, man.
So you got to wake up and solve a real problem.
God damn, at 4 in the morning. Fuck,
Listen,
it's not like you go get a new windshield.
No, for sure. We ended up having to rent a car and drive the next day from Brooklyn to Boston. I think.
That sounds right.
Because your bus made it, right? Y'all ended up 30 deep, 20 deep.
I think we got like our brake line snipped or something.
Yes.
Our generator. It was like we didn't have power. That's what it was. Our generators.
Listen, whoever this homeless dude is that my bus driver got in a fight with, apparently was a mechanic and somehow fucked up like 2 of 3 buses.
He's like Jason
He
Bourne
fucked up 3 or 4 buses. So we were down buses. We were having a
Multiple buses.
It took fucking like a week to recalibrate. I don't know. It was just fucking wild. I have no clue. But I tell you what, that homeless man could have been Elon Musk. If he found the fucking brake line the generator line and snipped it.
Would you ever take your own bus and put these guys in the small one behind?
Yeah. Oh no. We figure it out together.
We figure it
Do you
out.
ever see? Don't you know the like bands that do that? Like,
oh yeah,
there's like some famous bands you'll hear about, and it's like the singer rides in like his own solo bus and puts everyone out. You're like,
and then puts everybody up. I've seen crews in vans.
why live like?
I've seen a bus band, a bus truck. I mean, a bus. My fault. A crew bus, an artist bus, and then a sprinter of crew. And then sometimes I've seen them do that, and they'd have 2 crew sprinters, and they'd stagger them. So like one crew would always be the next city up, ready to catch the truck as soon as it came in.
Who travels with the most people out of any musician right now?
The weekend stadium tour he just did.
That was I saw.
I have some information about
Crazy.
it. It was a 75 truck tour.
That's insane. That's like more than like
75 fucking 18-wheelers.
like
that's like
Clinton
that's like a
fucking-
NASCAR race.
Yes, dog, 75. I mean, it's fucking more trucks than the WWE.
Yeah.
They can set up SummerSlam with less trucks. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking, you know what I mean?
But it did look like SummerSlam.
yeah.
Like I
no,
saw.
it fucking was
like,
one of the most incredible fucking, most incredible production ever. Speaking of production, I was inspired by his production, and I hired a company out of Montreal.
Oh, cool.
That's building my set for next year.
Oh,
What are they going to build?
Incredible. I don't want to say it. I'll talk to y'all about it later.
Yeah.
I'm an open talk about everything thing.
It's basically, I'm Mike telling me hot or cold. It's kind of like old Gwar set.
Yeah,
So it's like the
exactly.
dicks and
I got the
fucking-
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a
everywhere.
Democratic
Blood.
and a Republican president fight each other to the death. You want to hear my Gwar story?
You got a Gwar story?
I got a Gwar story.
Dude,
So
Gwar is funny.
we opened up for Gwar at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Do you like ICP?
Fuck yes,
I
and I
love
love the
ICP,
Gathering of the
dude.
Juggalos. I'm wearing
Gathering
a
is
Twisted
insane.
shirt, fool.
You guys have to go to the gathering.
But
It's
the Gathering's the best. You
I
should go
wanna
set the
go.
podcast up at the Gathering.
Dude, I like legit like
the Boys
ICP.
Cast at the Gathering,
People think I'm like
guys.
fucking around. It's like
No,
when
dude.
Fuck the World came out when I was like
for
grade
sure.
6 or whatever. I was like, this is the shit.
Yeah, no, fuck.
And bitches with ODB. Like that was when I first
I
like knew
toured
about
with
them.
them. I did a probably a 45 cities with them, 45, 50 cities with Twisted. I did a bunch of shit with them. But we played the Gathering. We're opening up for Gwar. And the only left original member is Big Balls. Right? He's
Of
the
Gwar.
fat dude that has the big balls that hang off of him. And I knew that he was the last original member, one of the last 2. So when I get done, I walk over and he's sitting on his production, like waiting on us to finish so they can, he's just sitting there trying to stay the fuck out of it. You could tell he didn't want nobody to bother him. And I walked over. This is the only time this happened in my whole career. And I walk over. I go, "Hey, Big Balls, man, y'all shit is fucking hilarious." I was like, "Yo, can I grab a pic? It would be legendary." Big Ball looked up straight at me, never moved. When he looked up at me, this was his answer. You ready? He went, "Huh." And then looked straight back down, and that was it. No picture. He did not acknowledge me again. I stood there. I said another sentence or 2. He never looked back up at me. His fucking old anal bitch was like, I would have loved it if he'd looked at me and been like, "Dog, no. I've been doing this for fucking 40 years, and I'm tired.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm just not getting up to take a picture. Hey, man, maybe after the show, lie to me. Punt me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give me the old, I got you. I'm getting in the pre-show headspace. I'd have been respect.
Yeah.
Big Ball went, huh. It looked straight back down.
Would you give him the awkward? You go. Anyways, I'll just
I kind of stood there. I was like, well, shit, have a good set, dog. And he just never looked back up, and I went on.
Well,
and
I do
watched him.
think that the more makeup and costume you have for your performance, the more it starts to suck when you're over it. Like,
I can't
imagine
imagine.
the guy on tour getting in a fight with his wife, and she's like, "You don't even fucking talk to me anymore," and blah blah. And he's like, "I gotta take the kids here," and you're like, "Shut up! I gotta put my dick costume on."
What are you talking about? I got to go into 2 hours of makeup.
Yeah, like I used to think like ICP a little bit of that, but there's, I don't know. I think like I guess Kiss, but those are probably the most ones. But yeah, like if you're kind of just
I forgot
like,
how much
"Ugh,
Mudvayne.
one last tour,
How much
let's-"
Mudvayne paints
Mudvayne.
up. I got to spit in
Slipknot.
Chad's face. Their lead
Really?
singer, yeah, because he puts blood in somebody's mouth and spits it, so it gets that splatter effect every night, that like blood that's on his face.
That's how he does it?
Yeah, and he was like, "Will you spit in my face?" And I was like, "Are you asking me to spit in your face?" He was like, "Yeah." And I got like a sister that's a huge Mudvayne fan. I was like, "Oh, this is the coolest shit ever."
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
would be
"Video this
honored.
for my sister." I was like, "Fuck yeah!" My sister just fucking flipped. She's like, "No fucking way."
That is so much of a funny thing, though, too, where eventually someone's going to be like, there's got to be like a better way to apply this.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
like a
They would've
spray
found a way to
bottle.
a fan spray.
He goes, it's got to
Yeah.
be authentic.
Yeah, the best would be if he goes,
He's a
"Oh."
purist.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
rest would be like,
And what's
"Oh,
crazy
yeah, I
is
guess
he let
that
us
would
do
be
it twice.
good."
Me and Zach Myers. Zach Myers from Shinedown. We both did it. And then his wife hit me. She's she does Sirius XM for the Octane. She's a host on the show, Chad's wife.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I do it every night. I'm glad y'all were there." And I thought to myself, then I was like, how the fuck would he do it if nobody was there? There's a dude in the crew that just always catches that straight.
There's like a security guy
Yeah.
goes, "Hey, can you come spit in my face?"
Someone
I
that
was
works
like,
at the
it's
venue.
like, it's wait, I'd let my wife spit in my face too. You know what I mean? I think she has actually, but
Dude,
not
it's
blood.
so fucking funny.
Yeah, but they still paint up real big.
Are you glad that you never, in the Juggalo era, started to put a costume on that you have to wear forever?
Yeah, for sure, man. I was never into. I was always just into the culture of it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like I just love the culture, the gathering, the music, the people, the way they come together and get fucked up. We trip acid every time we do the gathering. I played 9 gatherings.
9?
Oh yeah,
Dude, I gotta come. I do want to go, yeah.
I was there.
Tom Green did it one
Tequila
year.
got thrown shit at.
That was when Tom Green was there.
I was there.
Remember?
It was awesome. It was so good. As cool as you think it was when you read it, even cooler. There's no way, because this is back in magazine articles. You had to read about it.
Yeah.
When you read it and you thought to yourself, haha, no. It was he. I was there. It wasn't funny because I think the girl was scared at some point. But it was really, really funny before that point because she was acting like she was out there like taunting them. And
What,
she
yeah,
just
what
fucked up.
exactly happened? What was the story?
Well, she
again?
walked out and started singing, and Juggalos will boo you. They don't like you. That's just how they are, and they don't even mean it maliciously. They're just like,
She kind of didn't know the whole thing. She was like, I'm doing the show for your little
Yeah. It's
clown
It's like the Apollo.
thing.
It's just like, this is just part of the thing.
And I did talk to the clowns. They actually didn't think, so they told me, don't know how to believe it, but they really didn't think that he would have a problem. They thought that it would be kind of like a novelty act.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of
whatever.
goofy.
And the girl went out there, and some people started booing, and then it turned into you know about the boo birds, right?
What's the boo birds?
Oh, you lucky
I need
fucks!
1 second. I'll be right back.
You got
Listen,
pissed?
yeah, no, he's probably got his
Right over there.
he's probably got his shit his brains out. You're just gonna piss right there in the corner.
Dude, I was going to piss my brains out. I'll be 20 seconds.
No, good for you.
Dude, he's been drinking so much water,
Yeah.
fucking, because he's so
Recovering.
stressed about losing his voice. So he's just been like chugging water.
No, that's the trick. Tons of water and sleep.
Yeah, because he used to be in a band. He used to have all these he's had like the vocal surgeries and all the shit. He was like a drummer and it's basically half deaf. Do you guys?
No, I knew that he had a music background when he looked at me and said, "So how scared for your voice are you?" And as soon as he used the term "scared for your voice," I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, no, he's sang before." I'm like fucking petrified. Even
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
desert, I'm not trying to be outside in it all day.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
fuck
stay the
that.
fuck away.
Oh, was that
from it.
even like that? Like where?
Yeah,
it's
really
too
dry stuff will dry your voice out.
What a fucking nightmare to have
Yeah.
to deal with that. And I guess there's nothing you can do other than
You know, the hardest part is the easiest way. The 3 things that your voice. I should wait and tell him all this, but the 3 things that are the most important for the recovery of your voice is hydration,
yeah,
sleep, and relaxing it.
just like not talking.
Trying not to talk. If you do talk, try not to get.
Dude, that's actually the ultimate thing. Like if you have like with your girl or whatever,
Yeah.
it's just like.
Yeah, be the ultimate play right. Just like
Dude,
I
that's
don't
the
know what
best.
to
Like,
tell you.
sometimes
I
my
just
girl,
can't
sometimes
talk.
today, this morning, I was like, my girl was
No,
talking.
no,
I was
I've
like,
had to
I
do
can't
days
talk.
of vocal rest. I've had to do days where it's like if I'm gonna be able to sing for the next week straight,
Yeah,
and I just sang for a week straight, I need to not talk today.
yeah.
You know, the hard part of it is though is that
She's
you
just
come
blowing
off
up your phone.
stage, you're in such a fucking good energy. Everybody wants to talk. You want to talk because you're fucking on a high,
Yeah.
and you can't. Or you're not, you know what I mean? Like it's just, so people think I'm a dickhead now because the older I get, I go straight to the bus after the show.
Yeah.
And I spend like 30, 45 minutes in there before I'll even talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And I just let the vocal rest. Dude.
Oh,
I'll
you're like
talk.
really? That's what you're doing? Is you're
Yeah,
just-
I'm just not screaming. I'm
gotta
just drinking
decompress,
water.
too.
I'm decompressing. I'm trying to get the head switched out. Dude, I was just telling him,
fucking piss man over here.
and I'll give it to you right quick on the
Kind of
podcast.
cut everyone in line, too.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I'll give it to you this way. 3 things. This my dude taught me this. Brent Smith, the lead singer for Shinedown, is best singer I've ever seen live. Consistently every night. I've seen maybe better on one-offs. Because when it's a one-off, it's like, oh, I'm fixing to squeeze my ass cheeks together and leave it here. Fuck if I have a voice. First night of tour, I said, Brent, what do you do for your voice? He said, hydration, sleep.
Number one, yeah.
Number one, he's like, you have to sleep. He said that is like every other muscle in your body. It will only truly recover when you are asleep. And hydration and relaxing it. So if you ever get really nervous about it and you can just take a day where you don't talk to a bunch of people, just try not to talk.
Yeah.
Well, it is one of those things, though, where you're just like, sleep more, and you're like, yeah, duh, I can't. Like, I'm leaving tomorrow at 6 or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like... It's almost like, yeah, you go, what's better for your voice? It's like, oh, just speak low and don't party and sleep a lot. You go, oh, okay,
I'll do that starting now. I was just telling him my problem is...
Okay, but not that. What else?
It's like, what else can we do? Well, hydration's a good one. Well, I tell him my issue I have is when I come off stage. Like, everybody wants to talk. I want to talk. I'm excited. Everybody wants to go party. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, I just spent 90 minutes, like, pushing this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, well, you'll see the show tonight. Like, I push that motherfucker, dude. I'm not up there having a casual conversation like this. Like, I'm I'm squeezing my ass cheeks together and I'm going for it a lot. You know what I mean? But
do you know what I will actually say, like, is one that kind of does help? It's like, I don't like just if your ab muscles are in shape, you know what I mean? And that doesn't mean like having abs. That means like, you know, I'm sure when you're singing every night, your ab muscles are more in shape. You know what I mean? So you'll just lose it a little less. You stop like even like you talk a little less like this. So you start to talk properly because you're just normal. But
I've been losing weight. I got a nutritionist on the road with me that works with a bunch of UFC fighters.
Nice.
And
I'm not to downplay it, but that is funny if someone's like, I'm a nutritionist. You go, who you do? You go, Jelly Roll. You go, I'll probably get someone else.
Yeah, right. Right. And he's actually Conor McGregor's guy, right? I got Conor McGregor's guy, and I'm like, I hope that when your legacy's done, you're not judged on what you did for me. You know what I mean,
man? Yeah. Talk to us in 12 months or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I really am losing the weight, and
that's not gonna be on the resume yet.
But we'll go out and we'll box.
Oh, really?
And he'll be like, how do you, like, you breathing better than everybody out here? And I was like, oh no, that's from the stage.
Yeah.
I know how to control my breath. Like, I know how not to push myself to the point of losing my breath, because that's a very important part of my job every night.
It's huge.
Like, I got to push myself, but not to the point of being up there fucking like I was when y'all made me walk 7 flights of steps in this fucking podcast. My fucking body temperature just cooled down. I had to walk the whole Fremont in flip-flops, and then got here and had to walk up a fucking
everybody's
pretty much
bugging
to
you
a fucking roof.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking immediately walk in, and they're like, the microphone's in there, and I'm standing outside the door sounding like a French bulldog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm standing outside the door like, I hope we're not live.
This was the top of the tower.
Yeah, I know. Can we hear the rest of the ICP thing? I want to.
Oh yeah. Well, let's do that, and we do have to wrap up because Lemaire, they're about to do the podcast there too.
Oh,
but-
yay.
Yeah,
Good for them.
the rest of the
Fucking
ICP
yeah.
thing for sure. Yeah.
The story.
What
The
story?
ICP story with the Juggalos with the shit or whatever.
What do you
Oh
mean?
yeah, Tia.
Yeah. Before
Oh
we get to
yeah,
the fucking
sorry,
pass.
I forgot. This is a good story. This is the story.
Good
so
eye.
she comes out, and they're the boo birds. Here's how boo birds work: a group of people think you're booable. 10 of 5, 6, 3. Don't take a lot, and they go boo, and then they take a breath. And if they have the balls to come back, there will be 30. There will be 30 of them. It will grow. You'll see they'll go, the next time they'll go, boo, and you'll just hear 20, 30, 50, 70 people that have nothing to do with it. I can't believe you've never seen this.
No.
I've seen it 1,000 times. Then they, boo, that's a big group, right? And then you take the next breath. If you can do it that third time, I promise you a quarter to half of whatever the arena is, just based on common bond theory alone, will start booing with you. And then the other group starts booing off time, and then that's when it gets just shitty. It's over. At that point, it's over. The boo birds are here. They have flocked together, and you are fucked. And I watched that happen to this young lady. I watched probably 6, 7 dudes. Boo! Boo! And by like the third boo, they were booing. And then all it took, I seen this in slow motion. I seen a Faygo bottle flying, and I was like,
Somebody can
Faygo.
Faygo 3 liters too.
Yeah, dude, this is ICP. Everybody's got Faygo. Faygo flies, lands right beside her and busts. As soon as it busted, she made the mistake of taking off her bra and showing her titties. Like juggalos were going to be like, oh, she's got tits. We should be nice.
Yeah. Juggalos don't care about that. Yeah.
Dude, they started throwing everything at this bitch. I started seeing rocks. I started seeing shit, you chairs.
Diapers.
It was some shit, diapers. And then, this is the one I'll always remember. I seen shit flying, for sure shit. And I was like, this is bad. They're hitting her with shit. And then I seen a 16-ounce water bottle with the darkest yellow piss I've ever seen. It hit that bitch in the forehead and exploded like a movie. Splat, and that was when people started to grab her, right? And when she goes off stage, she turns around and throws up a bird. The Juggalos attack. As they put her in her trailer in the back, Juggalos are scaling the fence.
Oh, my God.
It's literally, it looks like zombies.
shit, yeah.
They're just coming over, 10, 20 at a time. They're rocking the trailer. She's in this trailer out back. They're rocking the trailer. Dude, they're doing fuck Tia Tequila chants. They're rocking the fucking trailer. I'm watching. Do.
You didn't know what to do. Yeah.
It was lawless. It was It took ICP coming over to be like, no, bro. Like they were out there like having.
And they're like, we don't want to have to be the voice of reason right now.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's
yeah.
not cool.
Yeah. I still don't think it helped him in the lawsuit.
No.
But yeah,
Was
it
there a big lawsuit?
Oh fuck yeah, God, dude, they were so mad. That shit was like national news.
Yeah.
Google it for old time's sake one day. And read it.
Well.
And just know I was there.
Yeah, fuck, dude, I will revisit that because I remember all
I
this
will
stuff
say,
happening.
for what it's worth, I did not participate in the booing or throwing
No.
because I never want to be booed.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the fuck out of it, though.
Yeah.
I truly was entertained.
Watching shit fly through
You know
the
what
air.
it is? The boo birds is kind of like, you know that old Chinese experiment where they go, if someone just stands up and then everyone just eventually copies them and starts
True
doing it,
story.
and eventually everyone in the room, no one even knows why they're doing it.
Yeah.
That's the booing. The
It's like clapping.
Eventually, none of the original booers were even
Yeah,
there.
no, for sure. It's like clapping. We started clapping at a dinner table one night.
Everyone just starts
And then the
clapping.
whole restaurant starts clapping, looking out, thinking they're celebrating with us. It's awesome.
Yeah, of course.
I do that.
Yep,
I do
yep.
that to like
Nope.
comics. Sometimes there's like certain comics that like they're kind of like bad, but like I like them. It's like almost like hacky bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like an old dad kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I'll always like start applause breaks for them on not bad jokes. Like if they finish a joke and a couple guys, like you said, just start clapping, and everyone they all
Right.
applaud.
No.
It seems like this guy's just smashing.
No, listen, that's that energy though, right? We
Yeah.
do that in our business. Like we're doing a festival, and I'm like, all right, let's be honest. If we can get a few thousand Jelly Roll fans in the middle of these 20,000 not Jelly Roll fans,
They'll feel like they're all of a sudden now they're a Jelly Roll.
they'll
fan.
instantly be like, yo, this dude's cool enough that there's a group of people up front that fuck with him. Let's
Yeah.
listen. And then they become, because it's kind of
That's how hot girls work too.
Yeah.
They go,
Yep.
well, I don't know. These other girls seem to think
Yep.
this guy's hot. I don't know. Maybe I'll
No,
fuck
for
Pete
sure.
Davidson too. I don't know.
No, for sure. That's exactly
Social
how that
proof.
works. Yeah.
Yeah. But dude, fuck yeah. You're the
Thanks
man
for having us,
coming
brother.
on.
Sorry I was a few
we're-
minutes late.
No,
pleasure.
and we are gonna,
Thanks,
we're gonna
guys.
try to make it to the show, and you're gonna hang around here for a bit. And like,
I'm
see,
telling you, man,
should
I
watch
think-
Jay's special's done, but
Probably
there's some
done.
podcasts and shit like
It's
that.
it's 416. I think Shane's thing just started.
Okay,
I've
yeah,
never
we'll
met
check a
Shane,
Shane
but
thing.
I'm like a huge Shane Gillis fan.
Oh, yeah, he's-
I think he had
he's
one of
doing a
the
couple
top
things
3
tonight.
specials of the
dude,
year.
he is.
Yeah, he's the
I
goat,
really do.
dude.
I think that his live from Austin.
Yeah.
I think that and Schultz's special are like probably to
Yeah.
me right now the 2 front runners.
The best.
I mean, it's so sick because
The best thing I've seen
neither of them
last
are
year.
like on any sort of like there's no company behind them.
No,
It's just like
no.
You might
Yeah.
recognize Andrew Schultz from the
I'm
hit
gonna
song
have
"Open Her Up."
Yeah, open her up. Yes, we are actually responsible for the end of the pandemic.
Yeah, I think
we
so.
never
I
got
mean-
proper credit for it,
No.
Shoals. They fucked us out of that, Shoals. Yeah, we did that. Well,
Hell
appreciate
yeah.
y'all boys,
you're
man.
the Canadian truckers.
Goats.
Yeah.
Let us
Thanks,
know. We'll
buddy.
do it again.
Absolutely.
Love you,
Hell
brothers.
yeah.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace, bitches.
The boys,
The BOYSCAST.
the lads,
It's the BOYSCAST.
the dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.